we've talked about self-sabotage, we've talked about trust, and over the last couple weeks, we've been shedding light into the illusions of relationship. And this week, we're going to talk about the same kinds of things in a different way. What we're going to zero in on today is the truth that your ego does not want you to know. And this is likely something that I'm sure you've heard before, but maybe today is a day where you can hear it in another way. And what's funny about this is sometimes our junior, that's what I call our ego, junior can sometimes hear things but doesn't fully grasp or understand them. And we're going to get into why that is, and more than that, why we choose a path without growth. Over the years, and by the way, if we haven't met, I'm Lauren Kay Wyatt. I'm a psychic, spiritual advisor, pet psychic, and transformational coach. I have over 10 years of professional experience in serving my clients and being their most authentic selves in their relationships, having new breakthroughs in creativity and success, and in navigating their lives with trust, love, and confidence. So over this time, I have developed a system known as the illusions of relationship that shed light into a very clear-cut way on how we get in our own ways and how we can keep ourselves stuck. And these illusions of relationship are really, really sneaky. And with today in this exploration of the truth that your ego, that your junior doesn't want you to know, this is all a conversation that we're having on why people fear transformation, what transformation is, and what you need to be aware of so that you're aware of the choice that you're making, and if this is helping you to have more of what you say you want or if it's keeping you stuck. So really, this all boils down to fear. We've heard this before, right? Like, this isn't anything new. Fear can limit us and it can stop us from being our potential. And with good reason too, because transformation is death. Yes. If you want a new kind of relationship, if you want a deeper relationship with the divine, if you want to get to know yourself more, if you want to embark on a new path or do something that is new to you or hasn't been done before, you're going to encounter some fear. And in order to transform, you're going to need to move through that fear. And most people, they're just not willing to do that. We live in a world where we're taught that the only good kind of gratification is instant gratification. We want results right away, that we sometimes want to take shortcuts. I've seen people spiritually bypass where they're just, okay, well, if I meditate enough, if I do this, then these things are going to happen. And it's like, okay, look, the meditation is certainly a part of it, but the other part is taking conscious action in your own kind of timing. And when you're on this path of transformation, you will attract situations, people, different relationships, circumstances that are highly confronting, that you will be asked to respond in a new way. So let's take, for instance, a situation where a relationship, it's been on the same kind of a loop for a while. Like it could be years, many years, maybe not, maybe it's just weeks, but things definitely aren't improving. But sometimes some people can get really stuck on wanting to make something work. And this is a fear that I wanted to talk to you about, and the truth of it. Most of us stay in circumstances that we don't like, whether it's an unhealthy relationship or it's a dead-end job, or even in how we care for our bodies, because we are afraid of who we will be without the problem, meaning the relationship is a problem, meaning what the state of the person's health is as a problem, the unhappiness at work as a problem. So many of us wrap up our identity in the problem that our junior is so afraid of who they are, of who you are beyond the problem. So this might be triggering. It might be confrontational. That's okay. This is a choice opportunity for you. Are you willing to be someone else? Are you willing to be a new version of you? Are you willing to find out who you are without the thing that you've been complaining about for years? What would you talk to people about if you didn't have the thing that you've been complaining about? What would you do if you freed up all that bandwidth? Who would you be? Maybe you don't know who that is, or maybe you do, and it scares you. I'm going to tell you a little story. Years ago, I created this project called the Universal Love Story. It consisted of 6 different people who consented to having their sessions with me filmed. And in that time, I discovered that each person reflected one of the illusions of relationship. There are 6 illusions of relationship. Now, at the time, I was calling them the laws of love because that went with my branding. The name of my company is Love Renegades, and we break the laws of love. We still totally do that. But now we're identifying and transcending these illusions of relationship. Anyway, I created this project, and as soon as I shared it with the world, my life kind of fell apart. I stopped speaking to a few family members. It seemed that everybody, including myself, was triggered and confronted by my individuality. Now, at the time, I was like, I didn't even know why I was doing what I was doing. I thought, yeah, I'll record sessions. This will help some people. Cool. It turned out to be so much bigger than I could have ever imagined. To see these patterns of illusion so clearly in front of me, and then to share them with people when I was even triggered by the material that was coming through me. Of course, my family members and people who are close to me, it makes complete sense. That's because that's the illusion of drama. And a lot of people don't want to go through the emotional drama or the pain of stepping into a new level of really and truly being seen. And honestly, it's taken me years to feel this at peace with the project. So I'm not immune to these illusions. All of us have a junior. And the key is to really get clear on what your problem is. Maybe you're having issues with family members as well. Maybe you feel misunderstood by them, or you're noticing that some of the dynamics they're not as satisfying, as peaceful as they could be. Maybe you're noticing that they're unhealthy. Well, who would you be if you let that go? Who would you be if you shared your heart and your individuality in the world? And who would you be without the relationship or circumstance that you've been complaining about for years? I want you to be with these questions and be okay with whatever comes forward from them. And I also want you to know your junior may want to distract you and will give you so many reasons on why you can't let go of the problem, the person, the circumstance, the bad habit, whatever it is. And just be on notice. So, thank you so much for spending time with me today. This was Wisdom Wednesday. All of our Wisdom Wednesdays coincide with the weekly predictions, which come out every Friday. If you're not currently on my email list, please sign up. You can do that in the link that's in the comments. And please subscribe, leave me a comment about what comes up for you from watching this video. Thank you.